Sorry about that. The electric went out for a flicker today. What you live in the woods. I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna show you how to change time. While I'm here though, right here when you're first getting on game, this is for beginners. You're gonna come up to this flagpole, you got a little symbol there, and it'll say claim. That's how you claim your outpost. And right over here is your access code. If you don't have a tent, go in here and go to the store, log out, get in your inventory, your store. I mean, just all that done right there. You can also change the time of day by going into your tent. But do it in a lodge. Picture thing up off there. I'll walk over to the bed. Got it. Then it's a lodge. Or, no. Actually, King's one's got to do it now. I had to invite him.
What is it you want me to show him?
Just go in and I want to show him how to change time.
So you walk up to the bed and point you have a little dot on your screen where you're actually aiming. Point it at the bed and you press square to rest. And then on the left side of your screen, you'll see the time in military time. So what time do you want it to be, Cross? Let's make
36.
Make it an even 6 a.m. So as you do that, on the left you will have your hours, on the right you will have your minutes. Get it set at the time that you want, and it costs 250, what the game considers dollars. You hit X to rest. You get a little black screen for a second, and when it loads back in, all of a sudden it is 6 a.m. in the morning.
Now that's also, like I was talking to you guys a little bit ago about, animal repopulating and how it's 6 days. You can go in there and you can repeatedly keep going from 6 in the morning to 6 in the morning and do that 6 times. I do it 7 times. And it will repopulate, but the animals do not exactly repopulate where you shot them. It takes a while of gameplay for them to filter back into them spots. They repopulate, but for them to get back to the point of where you killed them, no, it takes a while for them to filter back in. So if you go to that spot and you see that they're not there, don't get upset. They did repopulate and they will filter back in. It just takes time. And again, here we are. We're up at Twin Falls here. One of my favorite places to hunt, whether it be morning or bear, cougar, elk, mule deer, like right there. That is a level 3 male, trophy rating of 185 to 246. Will not be a diamond, but still a good mule deer. If you make a kill shot on him and you pick him up, then he will come back in a bigger animal. If you do not make a kill shot on him, you have to shoot him multiple times, he may not repopulate to be a bigger size. And they need to adjust that a little bit too. I mean, I want everybody to make a good, clean kill shot. That's the way you should want to play the game, but it doesn't always happen. So there is another mule deer that would be a female, and as you heard her call come out, that's how you the sounds on the game, they are going to redo them from what I was seeing, and not saying that's a bad thing. I mean, they're not real bad now. They can be better, but they will be better evidently. So That's pretty cool. A lot of things that's coming up in this update is pretty cool, and for those who play this game, man, you got to be excited. I'm excited about it. I don't know a whole lot about the new map that's coming out. They haven't leaked a whole bunch of it yet. If I'm streaming later and I find out more, I will let you know more about that map. The info I get, I will pass on as quick as possible. Yeah.
Cross, if you get over here in front of me and you look straight down through the gap in between all these trees, at the very end, I'm guessing, 400 yards away, you got a small little herd of mule deer laid down so that you can show them a bedding area and how the animals look when they're laid down. Straight through that channel, all the way at the end on the green meadow next to the lake.
Yep. See them down there. Click on them and highlight them if they are in a need zone, and I don't already have it marked, it will pop up as a need zone for you. That's another way of you finding need zones rather than walking up on them and actually clicking on them. You can just, but like King was saying a little bit ago, if you are new to the game, there's a bear right there. You will not have the highlight option opened up yet. There's a level 6 hard black bear. Once again, that will not be diamond, but it's a good sized bear. If you can harvest him, harvest him.
And as they might notice, when we were aiming in on that bear and aiming in at these deer, because you and I are both on here, my highlight I have set as like a hot pink right now. So if you notice the coloration on the animals changing, that was just a difference in between Cross having one highlighted and myself having one highlighted.
Right.
Which again is nice when you're playing together to know, okay, you are obviously looking at this animal and I am obviously looking at this one, and you can know who's looking at what, and if you want your buddy to highlight the certain one, then he knows which one to look at. Just another unique feature.
Yeah,
it's very useful.
Here's the other thing that's awesome about the game. I can take, and since I've killed, I'm not bragging upon myself, I've killed a lot of diamonds. I can take, and if I find an area that has a diamond, I can put a tent out, and they like King's gaming with me, or my brother-in-law, and any of them. They could fast travel to that tent, and if we can lock onto that, they'll be able to shoot that diamond. There's a mountain goat right there. That's a level 2 male. Living too far from you can tell he was no effect when I shot him. Now for the 7mm, he'd have been down. As you can, he has ramped close. I do have binoculars. I can pull them up, and they do have a rangefinder built in. They see, like right there, he is now 247. This is another thing you have to build up to. You just can't go get them. Some don't carry binoculars, but I find they, especially when you're shooting long distance. I love it. As you can tell, that was a pretty good shot. He went down pretty much immediately, and that was a 250 yards with 308. In most games, the reload button is your square button, but on this game, it is your strength button. least way mine is.
No, it's the same for me.
I can say this, 303, I have killed them out there quite far with the 303 too. It's become a real favorite of mine. Well, one of my favorites. Not favorite. 7 and 10 favorite. That's what he likes. But it's become up here quite close to it real fast once I started using it. And you can actually get a free one of those on the tier 4 map by doing the career mode on it. And as you see this thing glowing in front of me, this is how I tell your need zone. There could be a resting area or it could be a feeding area. See, that is a resting area. See how this one up here lit up white too? And it'll tell you how many is resting there too. And the same thing you're feeding, drinking area, it tells you how many. And this one lit up white here too, so there's no sense in clicking on it, all that is for the same animal. This one here is red, that would be for a different animal, maybe a whole different species. That is for bighorn sheep. It is a eating zone for one. And again, you look over there, that one's all white, so that would be for the same animal.
Hey, Cross.
Yeah.
Gather up your animal and come here.
Right.
Come right down here to where I am. I believe I have an albino female mule deer in my sights. Oh. And she is moving away for some reason, but I have her highlighted. She's going to be 300 plus yards out, straight ahead of me, past where the sun's shining on that green slope.
On the other side of the lake?
To the east side of it, following the hill around to the back.
Oh, so she's headed towards me?
No, headed away from us, because I'm just downhill from you. There was a herd of them. There's a male and multiple females, but one appeared to be pretty much solid white.
And that's the other thing we're going to touch on now that he brought up the albino. They are different colors. I will do a video one day on my resort showing you the different colors, the diamonds, all that. There's all white, and, you know, Google it. Some are harder to find than others.
I was really hoping to get her in your video. Maybe we can slowly creep up.
The other thing is there's all black. I can't remember what they call them.
I believe it's melanistic.
Yeah. Then you have your piebald.
And there are some beautiful patterns on some of those piebalds.
Yes. Don't know if you know or not, but his gamer name is White King, and he has been looking for a white line forever on the African.
I've got females, I just need the male.
I actually ran into one and able to harvest it, and that's the other thing you can do too. You can shoot the animal and your friend can pick them up, and they can have them taxidermed. that's what I was going to do with that white line. I was going to let him backstern because he's been looking for one for so long. But I accidentally hit the wrong button. Stay away from the button to claim it. That's the only thing I can tell you if you're wanting to help a friend out. Don't hit the claim button.
You cannot back off of it, no matter what you do once you hit that button.
The wind's in the right direction. Still here.
No. They made it into that tree line straight ahead of me, and I've not seen them yet. I've still got that herd laying down, bedded over here on my left. There's a mountain lion just on the other side of the little camping structure next to the lake with his back towards me. I was almost able to get him highlighted just then.
That's the other thing that is absolutely great about this game. How you can interact on it with your friends and stuff. It's just really cool. And it's not that we hate it, because we do love our war game. But it's a relaxing game. You're not pressured. It's not a constant go, go, go.
There's that herd that just got up and is moving. The mountain lion's actually over there drinking, but you already have that zone open, so. And it is a nice change of pace. And like he said, for everybody, if, even females love to hunt anymore, and myself, I've got a load of laundry that needs to be changed. Well, obviously anybody at games knows if you were playing a team deathmatch, the last thing your teammates want you to do is set the controller down and run back here and change the laundry over, but this is different. It's a hunting game, you know? Relax, easy, take your time.
Not that we don't do it when we're playing team deathmatch, but...
we do, but just another perk of a different type of game.
And to let you know, when MW2 comes out, there will be quite a bit of streaming coming on the MW2. We are huge fans of that game and MW3. Cannot wait for the remake to come out.
Absolutely.
When they decide to go with the jetpacks, the flying over buildings and stuff like that, the group kind of split up. I mean, there are a few of us who still have gamed together for years that still game together. We used to have quite a bit. I had a clan and had 88 members, and we were ranked 400th in the world. And if you know anything about clans and stuff, and you know there's a lot of clans in W2 and W3. 400 in the world is pretty amazing. That's all due to the guys I gamed. They were pretty special.
Yep. Some might say the good old days, huh?
Yep. We're talking 15 to, 13, 12 years ago?
Yeah.
And times change.
Long time.
People, get family, jobs change, and I know stuff changed. There are still a few of us who game together, really enjoy it. I just happen to be one of the real lucky ones. Like I said, King is one that has really stuck with me and went through every clan that I made and every game that I've played, and like I said, he's a brother. He's family.
Anybody that's got any age to them and life experiences to them and knows anything about that at all realizes that it's rare you come across somebody that you can know for that long and develop a friendship and brotherhood with like that, and that's not something you just let go of. That's across there she goes. She's running back away from me, back towards your name. She just crests the hill that I'm down of. I have her highlighted, and she's headed towards you along with several others. If you look at my name, she should be coming towards you, just almost in a straight line.
Yeah, worst part about it, I just seen one. Yep, right there she is. I don't think it's an albino, bro. Well, maybe.
I don't know. Go ahead and drop her if you got her.
I'll just kill shot for sure. Got it. I got to looking there and I didn't think off the get-go, but I seen the pink around her eyes.
Right.
Okay, as of right here, you see this thing here? This is a chunk of meat. This will either be a bear feed zone or it'll be a mountain lion feed zone, one or the other. And it is a mountain lion 1. And it also tells you the feed zone time, as you've seen on that when I clicked on it. So you know what time they come in there. But that is not always the fact either on the game. They have gotten better about that. They've tried fixing that area. We have actually sat in areas for a long time and nothing come up.
Indeed. But you finding that chunk of meat explains why I'm seeing that mountain lion over here next to these trees, just the other side of this little camping structure, really, when we come walking in.
Let's see what we got here. I believe the pink around the eyes is going to show that it was the albino. Right there, you see the mountain lion call right there.
Right. That is most certainly an albino. Pink eyes, pink nose.
Yep, and pink nose. All that, that's how you tell an albino. So you can say confirm, since it's an albino, all the special furs we will take and we will taxiderm. And taxiderming does get quite expensive when you do a bunch of them.
Yes, it does.
So, I mean, you're talking $3,000–4,000 for a taxidermy, and you're getting $700 for the harvest. Quite a bit of a difference there. I can see that little icon symbol coming through the hill. So that's what that's telling you is that that mountain lion is on the other side of that hill right there. So he's not on top of the hill, so there's no sense in just standing there with your scope up. He's down
I can actually see it from where I'm at right now, and it is walking away from us, following the water line, just as he said, on the back side of that hill.
See over there's the big one. Only one big one though. Not real big is only a 3. And see how that one's facing me, or was facing me? That is not a shot you want to really take. I take it because I've been playing a while. But you are still looking at a long shot right there. They are not close by, although it looks like they are in my scope. And there goes the bear running with them. I believe that's a mule deer. Bear is a level 3 female. There's more mule deer running. The smaller mule deer, or anything small, as long as it's a male. Like that one there is only a level 2. A long shot, and you can hold above them a little bit. And as you can go right there, the 303 just does not have the range. That'd have been my, or the 308, sorry. That'd have been my 303. That one would have been dead. I have not used the 308 a whole lot. Therefore, I don't know the whole guy or whatever have you.
There are quite a few of the bighorn across this lake from us on that hillside. They're all females and all small, but there was a level 4 male walking away just a minute ago.
3 bear. Even that's the female. See, I held above its back, and it is a hit shot. And if it dropped, like I thought it would drop, then it should be a lung shot. Walk over, find that.
And you do have a whistle option. If you hold your R1 button, you'll hear you got a whistle, and it's not a guarantee, but sometimes it does stop the animal in the tracks. If it's a bear, sometimes it will get the bear to rear up on its hind legs and give you a little bit better shot. But know that once they stop that pause and they start moving again, chances are they will be running from you. Across there's a level 8 mythical and a level 6 hard cougar, both going over the back of the ridge straight out in front of me.
There's one further out in front of them.
But it's a fun thing to do sometimes, do that little whistle and get that old bear to stand up on its hind legs. And
yeah, that's my favorite shot on
shot.
Yeah, that's like the, I'll touch on the Yukon map a little bit. The bison on the Yukon map is plentiful.
Yes.
I mean, we got on there one night and we got, what, 50-something of them?
I believe it was 56 was the count that we stopped at.
I had like 18 or 20 underneath my tree stand that I killed.
Yeah, they're pretty fun. Just like the pronghorn on this map, and like Cross is saying, that's one animal on one map that I guess you can shoot until you're just tired of shooting them, and they will still stay plentiful.
Don't do it to the moose, or they will disappear off the Yukon.
The moose will, and it will be a long, long time before you ever see a decent male moose again if you do that.
Watch how many of them you shoot. Back on. Do not go in and shoot the females. As you can tell, I mean, look at my wind direction, my compass down there. I am now walking with the wind at my back. So the chances of running into anything in front of me in this game is pretty slim. So they do win real easy. In real life, and there's anything about hunting. A whitetail can win you up to 3 miles away.
I'm somewhat hoping that as we go over this ridge line that either those cougars have turned their path or the wind direction changes for us. Otherwise, this is completely a waste of time to follow along their foot tracks.
Right. And we do got a guy we game with, Whip. He is famous for following tracks. He loves to get on the track and he'll follow the track forever before he runs onto it, shoots it or whatever, but he likes to hunt by the track. And I like to hunt by putting up a free stand or tripod and sitting.
And I really think it takes a little bit of both, actually. I think there's maps and animals and times where your setting thing has more than proven itself. And I think there's times and maps and animals where you're somewhat better off too. Use your scent spray, crouch, pay attention to the wind, and move around a little bit.
Right.
You kind of really develop it to your playing style as long as you have the right equipment and go about it the right way.
Or if you just want to take and sit for one area for a little bit, move on to another area and then sit for a little bit. That works too. I've done that a bunch.
But like you said earlier, it's not going to do you any good to set up the stand. It's not going to do you any good to set up a tree stand, to go set in a spot or anything until you have found your need zones, your drink zones, your resting zones, your open up your outposts. I truly believe, and I think Cross will agree with me fully, that each time you get onto a new map, spend your first, I don't know, couple hours, if that's what it takes, going to your outpost, running around, finding your places, seeing what's there, getting a lay of the land, then start hunting. Get them zones open.
Or do what we do. I mean, like when we started playing the game, we would each hop on a four-wheeler and we would go to an outpost and we would go separate directions and we would put tents out so our friends could fast travel to that outpost or that overlook and open up that outpost or overlook. Well, you can do the same thing with need zones. We have hopped on four-wheelers and we have drove around, went different directions, and we have opened up need zones for each other to open up the maps to get more population. But just mind you, whatever need zone you open up on a friend's map, you will not have on your map. It will be on his, but it won't be on yours. As you can see right here, we have a large rib cage. This will be another feeding zone for a bear. Probably a bear. Yep, see, bear. And see, I'm on we're playing on King's map right now, so that would be opened up on his, but not on mine. Although I have plenty opened up on mine. Wind. And you'll find this out as you play. That wind loves to shift your back. I don't care how hard you try, it just loves to shift to your back. Yeah, I got these markers on my map. That just shows you where you highlighted an animal. They don't always appear, but you can go to it and see how I shot at that black bear, and I know I hit. I don't know what kind of shot it will be because I don't know if it dropped down into the lungs or not, so they can go on it. You want to get your X button to place a waypoint. And now it is on my map and it shows you where you spotted that animal. Makes it easier to go find blood if you hit it. And you can tell when you hit one.
And just like, I guess you were saying earlier about killing multiple animals and stuff, if you're in a tree stand, and especially buffalo, you have a herd of them and you shoot one or two and the others scatter, you don't got to jump down and run straight to the one or two that you got. Sit there for a little bit, have a little bit of patience, and they will come back. I've watched Cross do that. I mean, he told you a little bit ago he had a whole group of them under his tree stand. You can have multiple animals down and then go claim them. They don't tend to just go away on you. They lay there for a while, so it's nothing you got to rush to.
Right.
Like, I don't know if it'll show up in your stream or not what we're harvesting, but if so, you're about to see that I'm picking up 3 different mountain lions right now. Well, the female I shot a little bit ago, and then these 2 males that I found just then.
Here, this will be the initial contact point on that bear that I shot. And as you can tell, it is a large blood stain. So that will be a vital shot.
When you get to that bear cross and you hit square to claim it, you're initially going to see, I guess, kind of like an x-ray picture of the animal and where the bullet entered and everything on a screen. And if you hit, I believe it's R2, it will change that x-ray image into an actual image so that you can see what the animal really looks like. The fur color, the pattern, all that. And I really like that too. It's pretty cool. It gives you a real good look at the animal and helps you decide on if you want to taxidermy it or not.
And as you can tell, I just got that big one. That's too far of a range. And he took off. And shooting them here, and they will be running back and forth in between us.
Yeah, I should have sent quite a few mule deer your way just then. One running behind me. Yeah, I've got 2 females that's running right towards your name right now, in between you and I.
That's the other thing I'm going to touch on here real quick. If you're out shooting animals like this, you must know and keep track of where you shot what, and it is hard to do.
Yes.
So I'm shoving all them sheep back your way. I mean, a whole herd of them.
Yeah, I'm watching the 2 female mule deer come at me right now. Your bighorn is down right behind where I highlighted that female at in the tree line.
Okay. I'm still tracking that bear. I'm quite amazed that I've had the track of this far. Now it's a lot of luck. been medium blood rate the whole way.
Yeah, and of all the animals I've seen run back and forth in between you and I, or even out across this road that's been in front of me for a minute, I have not seen your bear come out of that wood line towards me. So.
Yeah, that's why it's dead right here right before you get to the road. Laying in the road. That line.
I must be really close to it because I've got an outline glowing in front of me right here. Yeah, your bear is right here where I'm standing. But you've got a bighorn right back over there and those close to those trees, kind of where you're at.
Yeah, go ahead and pick that bear up. There's nothing special to it.
Alright. And another cool thing, he shot it. I pick it up. He still gets the money for it. So, you can help your buddy out that way too. You got it in the left lung from 367 yards away.
Fair shot. Like I said, when I shot it, I held above his back, and that bullet dropped right down into the kill zone. Oh, there's a dead mule deer, bro.
Yeah, there'll be another one up in front of him too.
Okay.
I shot the male that I just picked up and then turned and shot those two male as you chased them back out of where you were. They were all small. I believe 2 level 3s and a level 2.
I get this behind one bar. Red silver. Only 8. And see, you're looking at 87 yards. And as we was touching a little bit ago, holding my kills, this one was close, and look, not a vital kill. The bear, 360 yards away, vital kill. I don't know why, but we're out there, I can shoot them.
And it's not just that gun, it's not just these animals. It crosses that way no matter what it is. What, you shot a rabbit with a 22 long rifle from, what was it, 300 yards away?
Yeah.
It's a long way away. I remember that. A rabbit now with a 22 from over 300 yards away. Amazes me sometimes.
Seen something all white. Albino. Just a small one.
You got another albino? Or?
Nah, it was a mountain goat.
Oh. The best that I think we could tell as far as getting albinos on it kind of has to deal with the amount of kills on those particular animals.
Right.
Right? Isn't that what we found out?
Yeah, that's how it produces your off-collar ones. Like your metallistic and your albinos and your piebalds. All depends on how many is harvested. And then you got people who are lucky and get the game, up on the game, and find 3 albino elk right off the bat.
Yeah. Not to mention any names. What? Whip. Sorry.
He's one of the guys that we game with. Was actually from down under. Him and old Fuzzy Nut. I got another big one. Gotta go pick up. But I have literally on this map right here and in this area killed 26 black bears in one evening hunt. And there are still black bears. That just goes to show that you can shoot the black bear as much as you want on this map, and you're still going to find black bears. Both are wrong. I thought the one ran off, so I guess both laying here. Ooh.
Yeah, and that's just this spot on this map. I mean, if you were to bring up your map and zoom out and show how much of an area that this particular map really covers, there's other lakes further south where black bear are found constantly as well, along with elk and pronghorn.
Right. Like I got that one place that's by that lake. It's got their actually there's two lakes and there's a lodge in point. On the left-hand side of the map, a little over the way up the map, that is abundant in black bear. I have slayed the black bear there, and the turkey, and the elk, and mule deer. As a matter of fact, that's where I got my diamond mule deer. Just absolutely slayed them there, and they are still there. And then I got a part on this map that's to the top right, just right of where we're at now. If you were to pull up the map, like I'm showing you here, I'll pull up the map, I'll zoom out, see where we are here. If you go over to the right here, and you, right here, this little lake right here, I have killed diamond mountain lions. I have killed legendary mountain lions. I have killed black bear, crazy amount of black bear. And I have killed turkeys. Good Lord, the turkeys are there. It's just plentiful with that stuff right there by that lake. And I usually have a tent set up on this lake right here. I'm doing a little farther just to give you more of an idea of where it's at on the map. It would be right here. Back in, and the name of the lodge is I can't pronounce it. Anyhow, it's Tabequuach, Box Coast or something like that outpost. You go to that outpost and you go to that lake up there, and you're wanting to find, even on King's map, I shot a diamond mountain lion up there. It is a good place for diamond mountain lions, and right here where we're at now, I have killed 2 diamond elk at this lake right here. Now we have not ran into the elk because it seems like since they've done the redo thing on this, the elk seem to hang out mainly on the opposite side of the road, which is the way I'm facing now, up in and toward that mountain over there. And there used to be abundance of pronghorn up here, but they've relocated into, you don't find the pronghorn up here now. You find the big horse sheep, black bear, the mountain lion, mule deer, mountain goats. They're not too plentiful, so watch what you do when shooting them. Only take the males. Wanting to put out a tent here, up above me up here is one of them stands that they give you and you pay to build, and it's a permanent stand. That's a good place to put out a tent because 9 times out of 10 the wind will be in your favor if you spawn in that. These build stands on here, that's the other thing I'm going to touch on. I have quite a bit of them built. I do not like the ones that sit on the ground. I do build some of them depending on the area, but I like the ones that are up in the air. I have pretty much all them built. I just wish that they would let you give you the option to put them where you want them, not where they want you to have. That would make the game better in itself right there.
Are you next to one of those stands right now, Cross, that you're talking about?
Nah, I'm headed up towards one. I'm on. And the other thing that will help the game, and I know this is nitpicking, but good lord, are the birds loud in this game?
But they are.
If they would lower the sound of the birds, that would be great. And I have places on this map that I like to call my honey hole. As you see, got that there highlighted. It is a level 6 card. Will not be a diamond. At level 5 I thought I actually had a higher trophy rating than what that one got. They were supposed to change that to where your like level 6s and stuff would be, some of them would be diamonds, but we have not. They said they changed it, but we have not seen it. My guess is on that they were changing, or supposedly changing, to help people who are not getting a whole lot of diamonds. And up there are some milk right there. They're on the other side of the road on that other hill, like I said. They used to be around this lake because I shot both of my diamonds right here at this lake. Back up in there towards the head of the lake. And I shot them the same day. Matter of fact, it probably was a half hour apart. If you're watching the video, like what you see, what you hear, click on that subscribe button and ring that bell. Click like or dislike. If you have comments, drop me a comment. I'll get back to you as soon as possible, and if you have something you want me to show or share, just let me know. That same bear barking, bro.
I guess I've gotten far enough away from you that I'm not hearing the bear now. I started headed uphill to get a higher vantage point and look down over the backside of this mountain.
Build a stand up. way up there. I hit him. That's a pretty long shot right there. Oh, that's their top of that mountain up there.
The way I'm heading now.
Up towards this build-a-stand right here.
Yeah, I'm on up above it.
Okay, if he was clear to the top of that peak up there. I'm 100 yards from the stand, and I don't know how far it is to the top of that peak, but
Pretty good ways. I just turned around and zoomed back into you, and I'm still not at the top of this mountain yet.
okay, as you can see, I'm coming up on one of them build-a-stands. These right here cost you $2,100 to build. The ones that set flat on the ground are $1,700. I'm not thinking that's too bad of a price. But once again, I wish they would give you the option to put them where you want them. Give you the option, like doing like an inventory type thing, and click on build a stand here. I mean, limit you to how many you put out in one area, but give you the option to put it wherever you want. Because a lot of these are in areas that I found that do absolutely no good. I mean, mountain line down by the lake. And some of them on these maps are pretty nice. This is one of your nicer versions, and then you run into some that, well, not so nice. I will tell you, and it's not proven, I haven't proven it yet. They say that your thing can't be detected from being in one of these. I have had them walk up to the stand, but I didn't pay no attention what direction it was. So I can't say yay or nay on that. But that's what one looks like.
Were you able to go ahead and build it? Well,
No, I already had it built.
oh, okay. One of the things we did run across with those is, even though they appear that you could put two people in them, a lot of times only seems to want to let one person in them.
The ones that are in the air is a one-person stand. Now we both have gotten in the ones that sit flat on the ground. That's where I called in them elk for you at the time, remember?
Correct.
And I will touch on the calling in another stream. I will do some calling for you and show you how it works and how I do it. And it has proven itself more than once. Run on my goat, did you?
No, I didn't. As I come up over the top of that ridge, I noticed a few male elk on this back side, so went ahead and put them down. Guess I should say bull elk, but bull, male, whichever prefix you desire.
Bull cow, bullshit, where are you going?
I'm usually not one for shooting elk either. You know, I complain about that quite a bit. Seems like they They have a tendency to run on me for a long ways sometimes.
I don't have a problem with it.
No, you never have. You've always been really good on the elk situation.
Actually, this game is what's gotten me into streaming. I've been gaming on here with my friends. One of my friends suggested he suggested that, you know a lot about the game and you're really good at it. He says, oh, try streaming. And that's what got me into it. And then, like I said, thanks goes out to my son Michael and Mel. They helped me get everything set up, and I'm hoping to get my brother King into this more often, and get my brother-in-law into it.
Well, you know I'm with you, brother.
Yeah, here we tried. If I've been wrong, you had my back.
we'll be wrong together, dang it. Yeah, shoot. Have you managed to get a bull elk on your video yet?
No, I haven't even seen a bull elk to eat.
I just put down a pretty nice one if you want to come down here and let them see what the rack looks like. And
that's the other thing, the graphics of the animals in the game are pretty good.
They are.
And some games like this map here, I mean, once in a while it will sprinkle, but not very often. And then you got your Medeva map, which is an all-snow map, of course, where it's located. Really cold and snowy. But the Mississippi map, man, it does nothing, nothing but piss down the rain. I hate that.
And I have to say that I live close enough to that state that that's not true. Granted, it is a swampy area, and yes, we do get our fair share of rain in the south, but that everyday, all-day thing, not necessarily the case.
I've even found time to just stand on this game, looking up, watching the clouds flow. I mean, look at them clouds. That one's flowing fast. I can just watch different sizes, and some of them will spin, and
I'll set a tent down right in front of that elk should you decide to
I'll
travel down there and show them.
After I find this sheep. I really wish they'd included fishing channel. I don't do that coming period. So.
No, and it is surprising because they put in all the fowl, geese and ducks and turkey, and we've got predator animals, and we've got our herd animals, and everything else, and they've got so many lakes and ponds across all these maps and different areas. They could really easily incorporate fishing into this game.
Right. And the other thing, man, I don't know how hard it is. I've seen on other games. Squirrel hunting, man.
yeah, there's no squirrel. That's true. But that gets us right back into what we've talked about before, like the African map not having rhino, hippo, elephant, giraffe, anything like that. There's plenty of game in the areas that they have maps on that's not added to this game.
Right.
So they wouldn't even have to bring out new maps or new guns or new equipment. Just add some more options as to what you can hunt into the things that are already here.
Right.
Although Mississippi does have raccoons, you do get to shoot them there.
Yes. And it was a change of pace.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on that sheep trail, but I'm not finding any blood.
How long has it been since your last blood spot?
I haven't found any period.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to keep down here just a little farther. Because I can't remember where I highlighted the second one or not. If I did, that's the path of the one I'm following. I may just pop my tent out real quick and get it out or they.
Was it a white mountain goat?
No, it was level 4 bighorn sheep.
Okay.
But there were two of them up here, and I can't, like I said, I seen the big one off the get-go, the level 4. I shot him, but I can't remember whether I highlighted the second one or not because it didn't take off, so.
And that's, as far as highlighting and shooting animals at distance, what is it, 500 yards when they disappear?
Yeah.
So that's another telltale sign. If you're on this game and you're hunting and you got your sight on something and all of a sudden it disappears, you know that, all right, at that point, that animal in particular is at least 500 yards away. So.
Where you are is somewhere.
Yeah, there's a cougar in between us.
Yeah, my sense wasn't right at it. Hey, may head your direction.
Making all kinds of noise, walking down here through these trees, looking around to see if I see your ram or anything. Chances are he's done took off running. And something that's happened for a long time and is still happening because it did it to me just a minute ago. If you're walking and you happen to click on a pile of manure from an animal, sometimes it will put you into like a slow motion effect. And the only way I've found to get out of it is if you can find any prints, any footprints or hoof prints, and click on one of them. For some reason, it kind of snaps you out of that slow motion. So if that happens to you, that's a quick, easy way to get out of it. Seems to work most of the time.
And as you can just see right there on my screen, that mountain lion come running up here. Instead of it attacking me, it chose to just run by. And as you can see, close shot. One of the greatest in the world is shot. Well, I thought it wasn't the greatest in the world of shots, but according to the blood splatter, it is a vital hit. Huh. A medium blood rate. Sorry, I'll spit that out.
I just worked my way all the way from the bottom side opposite of this mountain up pretty much even to the peak to where you're coming up at, and I didn't notice any blood or any rams. So
yeah, I was on the track still as I was coming down that backside. Didn't see any blood associated with it. It sort of didn't act like I should. And this is what your mountain lions look like right here. As you can tell, the claws and the mouth. It's pretty pretty good graphics. Teeth. And as King was telling you a little bit ago, they can, as you see right there, it's a see-through thing depending on where you hit it. If you hit your R2, it changes over to a full dimensional complete picture of what you got.
Cross,
And,
I'm gonna fast travel back down here to this tent if you want to come with me or not, but I'm gonna pick it up so I don't forget, because if you are on your map and you do set a tent out and you do happen to leave, the tent stays on the map. So if you've only got one and you want to keep it with you, you got to make sure to collect it before you decide to leave that map.
right, and as you can see right there, it's his tent, but I was able to just find it, click on it, and fast travel to it. And right here would be what the elk look like on here. Again, pretty good
Well, his head's
graphic.
done turned over now. His rack was sticking up in the air when I first shot him. It's a shame that he turned over and it's done that. You want to go ahead and claim them?
Yeah, go ahead and claim already. Walk around, give a glimpse of what they look like. Touch base. Touch base. Time is now 10:30 in the morning. It tells you, your XP, what level you are, level the highs you go. Like I said, I'll go over on different streams your skills, your perks. I found them uh, disappointing, actually, how they, the way it was done. Well, not so much the way it was done, but the way it's all put together.
Just be, I mean, I know you're going to cover it in another video, but in case somebody does go to do it before you get that video made, just be careful. Really, really read everything and think about where you want those points to actually be at, because it costs quite a bit to change it.
Exactly.
But
you can't fill in everything either, so.
we'll leave those details for whenever you make that other video. I just wanted to say that small part just in case. It might help somebody before you get that other one made. See where we're at on the map.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said, try not to hunt too much in one area. So your shades will turn pink or purple. That means that it's heavily hunted and the hunting pressure is really high there. In order to get it to lower, it will lower itself over time, game time played. But if you go somewhere else and start hunting on pressured, then it will also start lightening the pressure on your pink and purple area.
Take them down southeast, cross next to the bottom. See if we can't get them a bison to look at. Maybe go down to that one lake with that noise that we still hadn't figured out.
You're going to go to bison. That's a possibility that if outpost, the one that starts you off at when you first start on this map.
I should be at it right now. I don't see a bison right off, but there is a level 4 mule deer, 385 to 462 pounds with 228 to 289 trophy rating over there feeding.
Oddly enough, still your cursor, huh? Yeah. Oh, okay. Palms, bison output. Down there.
Went ahead and put down that mule deer. I must have got a heart shot on him too. He didn't take a single step. He fell right in his tracks.
Wrong.
Yeah, this long pasture here next to this outpost going back uphill is pronghorn plentiful, that's for sure.
Yep. And there's quite a few mule deer through here too. And as you head a little bit north there, you'll run into elk. There's an elk got highlighted right there.
Yeah.
Nice rack on him.
And he's down in his tracks.
Nice. Now when I do the video on the skills and perks, I will make it as short as possible so you're not spending hours just watching that. I will just do a video specifically on that. Try to cut it as short as possible. And right there's the turkey layout too. Change over to 3 here. He may be down over that hill. That's the other thing you gotta watch out for. Is you may be able to highlight them, but as you can see right there in that picture, the only thing showing is his head. Just because you can highlight them, that means you're going to hit their body, because they could be down over an embankment and you'll be hitting the ground and they'll take off.
Can't tell you how many times we've done that.
Yeah.
Or even trees. You might not even notice that there's a tree right in front of them when they're highlighted. So.
Or how many times we've actually hit the shoot button.
I wasn't going to tell it all, Cross.
Won't take your shot. Probably won't hit, but ah, look at that. I hit him. He's down. Now, as you can tell in that shot, that was nothing but neck and up head shot. And I'll take a look at my binoculars here. Give you some idea of the distance. 300 yards with a 223. One might say, well, why are you shooting that far? Well, because it's fun.
Cross, if you want me to throw out a tent, I can. I've got a level 4 bison and a turkey down here next to this lake. You want to be able to show them. You got a tent thrown out right now to save you walking this distance.
Look, this gobbler.
I think my turkey might have flown away, but that bison's still down there in a drinking zone, or feeding zone 1.
That's the other thing about this game, is, man, you really get into it. Before you know it, 3 or 4 hours has passed by.
It goes quick. It really does. And now that bison has wandered off to the right into the wood line.
Click on this need zone. I'll fill you in on this too. If you killed an animal, walking up to it on a need zone mark, and you see a need zone that could be open, open that need zone before you pick that animal up. Like I'm about to do here. Be a pronghorn. I just do pronghorn. Just in case it was for a turkey, that need zone would stay there. And if you pick up the turkey before you do that need zone and it is for a turkey, then you will not, that need zone will disappear. A little bit of information for you. And as you can tell, there is a need zone right here beside the turkey. So again, I will click on this need zone before I pick up that turkey. Okay. So it's a needing zone for 1 turkey. A pronghorn on here, you can be a little noisier with it, as in life or not. Hit by noise, uh, just by smell and sight. They got a great eyesight in true life on the game. Here you're shooting off of this.
Yeah, unfortunately, you didn't get to be here for that, but just have to have a bison do a little charge at me, so.
And again, I'm going to touch on, if you are trophy hunting, make sure you are using the correct caliber weapon for that aim. And it is a vital shot. Gotta be a quick kill, because if it's not, it will lower the trophy rating. All that goes into the rating of your harvest. Take go here and see if we can find a place. Show you about putting tree seeds up. Look good there. As you see that tree, not all of them light up. The ones that are light up, like mine, are red. Yeah, tree stand. I'm able to put it in there. Put it up as high as you can get it. R2 button. Walk up to it and place your box button. Enter. Now you are in a tree stand. The one thing I do not like about all this is the fact that in real life, if you're in a tree stand and your scent is above the animal, say if you hunt whitetail or anything like that, we'll know that your scent will blow over the animal. They do not sense you. But on this game, it does not make a difference. They're still going to sense. So you still have to keep applying your scent spray, which I do in real life too. I carry my scent spray with me, and I spray my clothes when I get to the woods, and I spray my clothes about, and I'm good to go. Out of puppetry stand, just turn and face the seat, hit your box button to exit out of it, look up at your tree stand, and hit your triangle button, and it'll take your tree stand down. Some places, different maps tend to be, some maps are real hard to put a tree stand up, I don't know why. But you'll sit there and you'll move your guy around or girl, whatever you're gaming with, and up and down, all over the place. All over the place, and some maps are just absolutely atrocious for trying to put up a tree stand.
That they are, but given the right map, the right location, using your scent spray, like that map where we hunt the red deer on, it can it can be very beneficial.
Yeah, I suppose. The deer order map, I use tree stands all the time and calls and scent sprays, and I have killed quite a few diamond red deer.
Beautiful animals too, huge racks. I love hunting red deer. One of my only melanistic animals is a red deer.
that is one thing that's going to change on the Aurora map. Is, you know, we found them of a night pretty heavy along that waterway in their drinking zone.
Right.
That will now be a morning or evening thing instead of a night thing. Because they said it's pretty hard to hunt them of a, well, it's not hard to hunt them of a night. It's hard to see them and whatever have you. Kind of glad they're changing that up. Not that I mind the night stuff, but it's not bad. I mean, we don't do it all the time. We just, on that map, you pretty much had to find a red deer. Nope, level 3. Bit. Got that Rocky Mountain Elk. I'm going to venture to say probably close to 300 yards away. 308. Really not advisable for that far for the 308. Because the elk are hard to bring down. But we'll over here and see what we got. We're walking. Kind of held a little high on him, hoping that it dropped down in there. And then on these maps, I have a lot of what I like to call my honey holes. And they are usually off the beaten path that I have, because I have, like I said, scoured every crevice in it. And I have found places that are way back off from anything that produce quite well.
But I mean, that's all part of hunting, right?
Yep.
You don't want a game where you just travel to an outpost and alright, there's every animal you're supposed to shoot right there. It's all part of getting out in the woods and tracking and looking and knowing that, alright, this area in the morning, this area at night.
Yep,
Yes, it takes time, but it's more interesting that way.
As you can see right here, it floods away. I'm not sure what the point, but I'm going to click on it. And it says no vital organ hit fresh. So chances of finding that elk using the 308, there's an easement right there to your right. It's slim to none. It's very low, 75 to 100% held. Sure whether that was a bad shot on my part or it's just the caliber and the distance. Little track is a little ways here.
You might get lucky,
lays.
brother. I'm gonna say, you might get lucky. I think I see an outline right up there. Which is highly unusual for an elk with that kind of bleed rate.
Exactly.
They're going down this quick.
Luck's on your side. Here's a bison call.
Oh, shoot. Sorry,
Alright,
man.
that's still in my picture. Nice elk.
338 yards when you shot him.
Where'd I hit it?
Stomach.
I hit low, even holding eyes, hit low.
But I think the penetration, if it had better penetration, you'd have got the lung too, looking at where the bullet went in at. It just did not penetrate good.
Well, 308, that won't help. That's blown right at.
Yeah, I still got a couple minutes of my last scent spray left.
Like I said, when you're first starting out, you really want to use that sparingly because it is expensive.
And even though we're going in here and we're hunting this bison buffalo thing, trying to show y'all, as far as making money, these animals are really not worth it, especially if you don't have the right caliber gun. They take too many shots. You don't get a lot for them. Bear, cross bear is probably one of the best money makers.
Yeah, and even your turkey is quite surprisingly cool. The whitetails is not a huge money maker. Pronghorn is, but that's only because there's so many of them, and it don't matter how many of them you shoot.
Right. And if that's the case, then your best bet for pronghorn, take the 243, take the free ammunition, and just kill. Kill until your heart's content. Collect all your animals and get you some money that way.
Track
I've got one of these tracks. Oh, actually, that's turkey tracks right here in front of me. Let's see about these. Turkey and pronghorn tracks up here where I'm at. I think I've just come across his, yeah. 1,708 to 2,175 pound male bison walking in the direction I'm traveling, which would be pretty much south in the exact direction that the wind is blowing. We got a couple pronghorn on the road, and oh, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 on the left side of it. At least a level, yeah, level 3 male on the road. I'm not seeing anything really standing out in that group though. No particular bird types and no level 5s.
Didn't do no good to come down across the road either because now the wind is straight at my back.
Female mule deer calling. A very small female black bear up here, just a level 2.
What's cool about it is you see when I panned around there, he had it highlighted and I can see his highlight.
It's too bad she wasn't a decent male. She stood up perfectly for me. Right in the wide blue open. But I'll leave the little female alone. That bison's still headed straight down the way I'm walking. I've come across droppings and
There's a call from it.
yeah, and it was close enough. I didn't get the little signal off of it either.
I got the click on probably for the wrong one.
I do not have the right caliber weapon to be hunting a bison with. That was the issue a minute ago, but
What you run? I got a 308 and a 223. It ain't even.
let me see.
Yeah, that the feed zone for 8 strong.
We're running the exact same weapons right now.
And the one thing they did on this game, and we were really glad they did, is you now have an indicator at right there above how much ammo I'm holding in my gun clip. A thing that shows you your scent spray indicator of how much time or how much you have left. And before
Yes.
you didn't know, so you were constantly spraying yourself. That was one welcome thing I'm glad they added into the game.
Yes, absolutely. That saved a lot of money in going to the store and buying scent sprays over and over and over. You really can find just some absolutely beautiful scenes on this game.
Yes. You'll run across areas in this game where you absolutely are just in awe of how beautiful it is. And think, man, there ain't nothing here to eat. I mean,
Right. Starting to think that old bison might have doubled back on us because I've made it out to an area now where if he kept heading straight, I should by all means be able to see him. And
you down there by a big field. Yep.
yeah, and there's nothing but a old muley standing out there on the hilltop and a pronghorn crossing the road down to the right of me.
He didn't cross back this way where I have seen him. He'd have had to went to your right and circled back up. And I haven't seen no tracks crossing the road either. The other thing I mentioned too is, well, that goes down coming up on my screen. Like out there, that elk, you can actually click on that and it'll tell you whether it's a warning call, a mating call. It'll tell you whether it's a male or a female. Um, I have been gaming long enough. I mean, I can't tell if it's a warning call or not. I can tell you whether or not it's a male or a female just by the sound.
There really is nothing like an elk bugle. I don't know why, but that's always been just such a majestic kind of sound to me. I just love it.
Forget it, down in where that lake is, ain't it? Where we're at now.
Check the map.
Ain't it right
Yeah,
here to the left? Down here?
I'm not sure if it's this bigger one or if it's the smaller one that's on ahead, but we're close.
Other need zone. I don't have need zone showing on my screen, like your name. I went in and turned all that off. Like it popped up every time I went go over here and click on it. To see if you have it open. Probably do. I'm pretty sure you had to walk through this area. Nope, didn't. Truck on L1. The area road. Black bear.
So,
Like,
yeah.
and again, I changed the direction. It's still flowing straight up the back.
And yes, this, I believe this lake over here where I'm at now is that one that has that weird sound at it, because I think I just heard it. But we're going to have to go to this far side of it from where I'm at. And I really hope it is, and I really hope you can get it across the streaming. And somebody out there will hear this and be able to answer what it is, because it is beyond me at this point. Dude got a bison over here at it though.
There goes
How
the
far
elk.
away?
Should be headed towards you. You want to use one.
Here, go ahead and jump up here in my tent real quick and scope over there and show them this bison and listen for that sound.
Yeah, the elk will be coming to the left. I already hear it.
Alright. That bison's on the right hand side of the lake going away from us. Got him highlighted over there right now. He started off in the corner and wrapped around the right hand side going away, starting to head uphill. Not that far. I think you're too far out. There you go.
They bite. Must have hit a tree.
And we'll probably come across more as we work back up out of here, but for right now, if you walk down here to these rocks in this corner, it's usually where I hear that sound at the loudest.
Right.
And just did it just then for me.
There. You heard that sound. You know what that is. I mean, to us it sounds like an alligator. Alligator going to that.
Well, and if you ever come to this map, and you come down to this little pond, lake, whatever you want to call it, you make your way over here onto these rocks. And just stand here. It don't take long, and it'll do it over and over. You'll hear that sound, and it seems like, from what I can pinpoint, right about where I'm standing. is the loudest point. And it don't matter if you shoot in the water, walk in the water, shoot what animals are around, don't shoot at all. Every single time I come here, Cross comes here, it does it.
Real loud right
And it is as far, just about as far south on this map as you can go. In between, which outpost is this? CHIPETA outpost and Pronghorn outpost. It has one build to stand on it.
Well, my map still is just almost clear at the bottom of the right hand corner down here.
Yeah, I killed a pronghorn over there by where you can build a stand at.
I have my map up, purple, pop up on.
Either way, if anybody's watching this video and hears that sound, drop a comment on Cross's little video here and tell us what you think.
The other thing I'm going to touch on is some of the animals on here, you can be in the tree stand and shoot them, or a tripod, whatever it may be. And don't get out of your tree stand and tripod, because the herd will come back. Some come back 2 times, some come back 3 times. Some don't come back at all, depends on the species, but as you play for a while, you'll figure out which ones will return, which ones won't. So what I do is I get in the tree stand and I'll just shoot. I'll sit there, I'll shoot, I'll sit there, I'll shoot, I'll sit there, and then I'll get and go collect my animals.
And if you're going to be picky about the animals you shoot, when you aim in and you decide to highlight them, not every time, not for every animal, but for the most part, it will put a little ping on your map of where you highlighted that animal at. So if you go highlighting 5 animals and then you shoot one, just know that when you look at your map, you could be going to a highlight of an animal that you didn't shoot.
Yep. Yeah, we was kind of wishing that they would put in, you know, like, still have the little ping thing, but make it a different color. Like if you hit it, make it red. If you didn't hit it, then leave it green or whatever color. The other thing we was wishing they'd really add is this is be a used thing for, I know, me and King. We discussed it time and time again that would make the game better, and that would be like your war game. You have loadout.
Oh my God, yes.
Because we are constantly having to go into our inventory, our storage, and change our loadout for every map we bounce to accommodate what we need for that map. If you can create a loadout for like this one, and one for Yukon, and just still go in and click on that loadout instead of having to go through and remove and replace everything individually. Man, what a great help, and that would just be awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Even if they had to do it to where you made backpacks, and maybe you have 4 backpacks, and then if you equip that backpack, then you have the, like we have now, the 308 and the 223 and my tents and tripods and calls and scent for this map. But then if I click on the other backpack, it has the 300 canning and the 454 and the scents and everything that I would use for when we go to Africa, and so on and so on. Even if it had to be that way, but definitely have loadouts, because going to a map, going into your tent or to a lodge, unequipping these guns, unequipping this ammo, equipping the guns you want, equipping the ammo you want, playing that map, leave that map, go every single time. It's it definitely be nice to have loadouts one way or the other.
It's especially for those who played a game for a while. I mean, I know we spent a good bit of time on this map, but we usually hunt a map for a little while and then bounce to a different map. And then we gotta go through all that rigmarole of unequipping calls and scents and guns and ammo and putting in new guns and scents and calls and all that. It would be just absolutely awesome to have where you just, hey, I'm going to this map, I need this loadout or this backpack.
Yep. As much as I want to have a raft or a canoe or something to cross water, if I absolutely had to choose, I would choose having the loadout over even that.
But like I said, if you like hunting or like the game and you want to relax and game with your friends and have those times of, you know, just easy gaming, this is a great game. Um, if you're into hunting or if you want to teach your kid how to hunt, this is a great game, period. I mean, the graphics are good. The game period is just a good game. Yes, we have mentioned a few things that we would like to see that would make it better, but all in all, well worth it. Worth the money, worth the time. I would suggest to anybody that is into anything like this, try it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. But,
I totally agree.
that's going to do it for my broadcast tonight. Like I said, if you like the video and you like what you've seen, click like and ring that bell and click subscribe, and drop us a line if you want us to do something different, show you something different, and or you know, you just have a question. I will get back to you as soon as possible. This is Crosshairs Paul and White King, and we'll catch you another time.